On September, January 12th, January 12th, 2025, where the first part of the class are discussing Guru Tattva Nectar, reading from my notebook, and this is about the power of Diksha, quoting from Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Sanatana Goswami, Part 2, Chapter 3, Verse 6. By the power of the Diksha mantra, what's the Diksha mantra?
Gopal mantra.
Gopal mantra. 8 syllable, 10 syllable, 18 syllable. 18 syllable Gopal mantra is described in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, very important Upanishad. 108 Upanishads, Gopal Tapani describes the power and efficacy of Gopal mantra, and also explains how Krishna is a brahmachari, Haka brahmachari. An interesting discussion there. By the power of the Gopal mantra one receives from Guru or Diksha, one will understand and attain everything. And this is the Sanskrit of that verse. Part 2, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Chapter 3, Verse 6. Sarvam prabhasena gyanyasi apsyase. Sarvam, which means everything will be understood and attained by the Diksha mantra. Gopakumar said, describing how he got Diksha from a wandering sage, devotee, and then didn't get much instruction. He said, I got Diksha mantra from my Guru, and my Guru immediately went into ecstasy and left. I had no idea how to chant the mantra. Mantra katam sadhaniya gyatam na kinchana. Na kinchana means even a little. I didn't get even any kind of instruction. Mantra art was the meaning of the mantra, how to chant the mantra, what chandas it is, who is the devata of the mantra, and who is the giver of the mantra. He didn't tell me anything. And Sanatana Goswami, so mantra katam, I didn't get any kata about the mantra, sadhana, how to do this mantra sadhana, even a little bit. So then he says in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Part 2, Chapter 1, Verse 124, the Tika of Sanatana Goswami says, just by chanting the Diksha mantra and by the power of the Guru's mercy, Gopakumar's mind became pure and free from lust, envy, greed. And he developed faith. Japena chitta shuddha shraddha ajayata. That's verse 126. Sanatana Goswami's commentary. Even if you get only a little association with your Diksha Guru, still just by a few words from the Guru, or indications, anubhavs, inspirations from the Guru, the disciple will learn all the truths. Kinchana mukhena sanketan avyave dayat. Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Part 2, Chapter 3, Verse 5. So it's a very significant book, this Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Prabhupada wrote a description of this book. He mentioned in a lecture. He said, if you want to know what is bhakti, what is devotional service, how to please Krishna, then you should study Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So BBT has made a very elaborate copy of it, an edition of it, with word-for-word meaning and commentaries, etc. Originally, the book is written by Sanatana Goswami, and the commentaries are by Sanatana Goswami. So the summary of what we just heard is emphasize the power of the Diksha mantra and the efficacy of receiving that Diksha mantra directly from the mouth of a Guru. Because Diksha mantras, as I said, are written in Shastra. You can see them written in Shastra. So you can just take it from a book and say, Vyasadeva is my Guru. I read Gopal Upanishad. It was written by Vyasadeva. So I took the mantra out of the book and Vyasadeva, who's my guru? Vyasadeva. Sometimes I meet 20-year-old guys now, or girls. They say, who's your guru? They say, Srila Prabhupada. I said, how's it possible? He hasn't been on the planet for 50 years, and you're only 20 years old. They very proudly say, I'm a disciple, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Oh, very good. How did you touch his feet? How did he whisper the mantra in your ear? How did he put tilak on your body? How he did the Samskaras, the Diksha Madan? How he walked you through the Samskaras of the Diksha process. Okay. So here, this is what he's saying. San Goswami is saying, because sometimes what he say, oh, I got Diksha mantra from my guru, 20 people were initiated, I just went in the room for 5 minutes, my guru spoke the mantra, he didn't tell me anything about the mantra, and I walked out. So I didn't get any instruction, I don't have any connection with my guru, how will I get perfection? But the idea of this discussion, or Tamita, is to understand the independent power of the mantra, because the mantra is Krishna. Namachintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purnashuddha Nityamukta Vinatva Nama Namana. There's no difference between the name and the form. So when you get the mantra, mantras are made, there's nam and there's mantra. So mantras are basically made of names, made of different names of Bhagavan, mixed with different verbs like swaha and prachodhyat and dhimahi, and then they're given by sages or directly from Krishna to Brahma, etc. So they're empowered when all these combination of bija mantras are there, klim, shrim, aim, shri, shring. All these are called bija mantras, kam bija, klim, etc. So bija mantra and verbs and different combination of nam makes what is called mantra. So Sanatana Goswami is explaining that even if you don't get much instruction from your guru about how to chant Diksha mantras, just by the fact of the Diksha mantra has its own independent power to give you everything, as Sanatana Goswami said. Gopal Kumar is a classic example of a sadhaka who got Diksha. And because, in general you can understand from first canto Bhagavatam the story of Narada Muni, because Narada Muni was a young boy and he was serving some sadhus, Vaishnavas, for 4 months. He got Diksha. He got a Diksha mantra, which he explained. He got a 10-syllable Gopal, what mantra he got? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Shankara Shanaya, Pradyumnaya, Anirudaya, Namo Namaha. He got the Chaturya Mahamantra, the sages initiated, and that's what it says in the commentary of Vishnu in the first canto, chapter 6. So Narada Muni got initiated, but it was in Vaidhi Bhakti and it was thousands of years ago. So it's not so much related or relatable to a Gaudiya Vaishnava of contemporary times. The Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago. But the Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Sanatana Goswami is about a fictional devotee named Gopal Kumar. He was a coward boy born at Govardhan, and he met a guru by the banks of Yamuna. He was playing with his friends, taking cows out, and the sadhu was inspired by Krishna heart to give initiation. So this person got 10-syllable Gopal mantra, which is explained in the commentary of Sanatana Goswami. He got, what was the mantra he got? Klim Krishnaya Govindaya, something like that. All right, Klim Krishnaya Govindaya, Namo Namaha. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya, Namo Namaha, something like that, 10-syllable Gopal mantra. So when we hear Sanatana Goswami describe the Guru-Shishya relationship and the effect of the Diksha mantra, it's very relatable. That's why he wrote it. He wrote the book to explain the Diksha process and the power of the Guru, and the influence of the Guru, and the independent power of the Diksha mantra. So all Gaudiya Vaishnavas have a clear conception of what is significance about Diksha. That's why often when I meet devotees, I say, okay, what's your name? My name is Krishnadas. I say, are you initiated? And they said, yeah. I said, well, what's your initiation mantra? Hare Krishna. I said, okay, well, you got Gopal mantra? I said, no. I said, why not? I don't know. So they just said this is initiation, first initiation. I said, you should ask your guru for Diksha mantra. And then I explained. So one of the main points of the story of Gopal Kumar is the fortunate person received, the Kripa, independent mercy of Bhagavan coming through this traveling Vaishnava who kindly initiated him. So this is a very nice understanding of the power of Diksha mantra. So we should so the whole story of reading biographies is basically about Priya Bhavatamrita is a biography of a Vaishnava, a fictional Vaishnava, but it's like, can be also true. He was Brisvasi. I know Brisvasi got initiated in ISKCON. He wasn't Kaurava, he was a Brahmin. So it's a feasible possibility. So we should have faith in San Goswami, because those Goswamis are our Shiksha Gurus. He says, just by chanting the Diksha mantra, the devotee's mind can become free from lust and envy, greed, and one will develop faith. Japena chitta, he said, by japa of the Diksha mantra, Japena chitta shuddha ajayata. So that's what he said. So now this next section is Diksha Samskaras. Does anyone can tell me the 5 processes of the Diksha Samskaras, processes that prepare one to receive Diksha mantra? What are they? Tilak is one. Kantimala is, what's it called? It's the name for it. One's Tapa Mudra. There's top Mudra. I forget the Sanskrit name. There's Tap, Pundra, Mantra, and Nam. So one thing I'll just maybe it's Nam, Mantra, Pundra, Tapa, Yaga. So what this means mantra means receive a mantra, Diksha mantra. That's why it's called Diksha Samskaras, or Diksha Samskaras. What is a samskara? What is the meaning, definition of samskara?
Samskara is like impression.
Some action which make impression.
So there's Dasavita Samskaras. Garvadan Samskara, what is that?
Brains. First.
Garva means womb. Means bring, is because it starts there. By the way, birds and the bees. So it starts off with samskaras are purification ceremonies, purification rituals, which purify the consciousness to enable one to perceive and realize and experience transcendental, absolute truth. So in a human being, there's Dasavita Samskaras, which each samskara brings the living entity closer and closer to Bhagavan. So in Hindu Dharma, what we call Sanatana Dharma, there's Dasavita Samskaras. Vita means categories, types, 10 types of samskaras. First one is called Garvadan Samskara, the placing of the seed of the man in the womb of the woman. Garva means womb. So there's a yagyas, Brahmins are called in to do puja and yagya. They purify the place of conception, and all that stuff. And all kinds of mantras are chanted. And the couple, the husband and wife, have to eat certain foods and different medicines and all kinds of rituals. It's called Garvadan Samskara. So what's the second one?
Namakarana.
I think cutting the umbilical cord. You have to get out of there, You have to start your journey, let go of the rope, walk on your own. you're floating in cyberspace with umbilical cord. So I think cutting the umbilical cord is a samskara. That's described in the birth of Krishna. The Maharaj did the cutting, the samskara of cutting the umbilical cord for Krishna. So if Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, I mean he carried his umbilical cord from the prison of Mathura across Yamuna to Gopal. It's a super glue or super rubber, super ball or something, stretchable. luggage, straps. so the Acharyas say because Maharaj reported Samskara cutting the umbilical cord in Gokul, therefore Krishna's his son. This is one of the Gaudiya Tikas says it. Here's a side point. So then there's Namkarna, means you get a name. So anyway, so the first thing is you get a name of Krishna. You get a name. You get a mantra, Diksha mantra, Gopal mantra, Kamgayatri, etc. It's like we were in ashram the other day. A group of people came to visit this sadhu. He's Ramanandi sadhu, worship Sita Ram. And they were there, and they were talking to him in Hindi. And they asked, hey, Guruji, can you give us initiation? There's about 10 or 15 people. They said, okay, repeat after me. They were just sitting outside under a bunch of trees. He was sitting outside on the little cottage, like bamboo roof and like a little hut type of thing, and some wall, some fence around it. They were sitting on a rug under all the big trees. Very beautiful place. He said, okay, I'll initiate. Om, Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and he kept repeating it like 3 times or something. I said, that's cool, we got to say too. So first thing you get mantra, then you get the name of Krishna. You get a mantra which connects you to Bhagavan, creates a link, a formal link, and gives you a way to realize the mantra. The purpose of getting a mantra is to realize the Ishtadevata of the mantra and attain the domain of that Ishtadevata. So in mantra is included darshan and param gati, and it's included sporti, darshan, param gati are all included in mantra. Because by chanting mantra, eventually you get a sporti, a vision of the Ishtadevata of that mantra. And when you perfect, become siddhi, mantra siddhi, and chanting Diksha mantra, then you can attain the param gati of going to Goloka Vrindavan, where you find Krishna, Govinda, and Gopijana Vallabha. Coward boy and the son of Yashoda, and the flirty romantic playboy of the kunjas and forests of Vrindavan, Gopijana Vallabha. So that's the purpose of mantra. The name is to create abhiman, and identity. Abhiman means mentality, because now we have a bogus mentality. Really bogus. Confirmed. I am Swiss. True. I'm American, true. I'm Italian, true. I'm Russian, true. I'm Indian, true. So the name, I am Das, Krishna Das, Radha Dasi. So that's the purpose of Nama Mantra. Mantras are sambandha, as it becomes connected as a suran. The name is also cements the abhiman, seva abhiman. It's called seva das abhiman, dasi abhiman. Jivara Surupaya Krishna Nitya Das. Das and Das and Das. One gopi serves another gopi, serves another gopi. Gopi Baba, if one gopi has Baba, if a gopi has Baba, I'll serve her. And that gopi I'm serving has Baba is serving another gopi has Baba. So gopi, and that final gopi, Radharani, is serving the guy that's creating the gopi Baba. Gopi Bhartu. Bhartu means master. Gopi Bhartu. Padakamalayori. Das, Anudas, Anudas. So that's where we get the name Das. And third thing is Punja. What does Punja mean? What does Uto mean? Udilo.
Wakes up, waking up,
Bengali, Hindi, Uto.
waking up.
So ut and all ut means utkarsha, all means up. So undra. What does undra mean?
Tilak,
Tilak goes which way?
up.
Unless you're a Shaivite. Then it goes sideways. 3 lines. One for the past, one for the present, one for the future. Eliminate them all. No more past, no more karmas, no more present, no more future. Brahma Sayuja, Kaivalya Mukti. But ours, we're going up. Radha, one line is Radharani, one line is Krishna. No, one's a slow lane, one's a fast lane. So Punya means vertical tilak, Vaishnava. This establishes our body as a temple of Bhagavan. And it acts as a kavacha. Because we put the tilak on how many places? 12 places of the body. Right arm, left arm, back, chest, belly, hips. Hips represent, right and left hip represents legs. And we do the right arm, forearm, and upper arm. And we do the forehead, the belly, and the chest represent. So the legs are covered, the arms are covered, front of the body, we do the back of the body, and the face and the head. Vasudeva. Whatever water we wash, we go Vasudeva. So this is called mantra kavacha. In the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, there's a discussion about Narayan kavacha. Kavacha means armor, like you see in the Middle Ages. In the 14th century, 13th century, everybody wore steel suits to protect themselves from getting punctured by arrows, chainmail, and armored suits and helmets. So it's called kavacha, means a mantra kavacha, means an armor. So every day devotees are arming themselves with mantra. It's called mantra kavacha. If you actually, an interesting thing we can discuss. Especially it's described in 6th canto Bhagavatam. If anyone's having difficulty with the government, they should chant Narayan Kavacha before they deal with the government. I'll discuss this later. Yes. Because it's very, very powerful in relation to controlling forces. Someone's trying to control you. Narayan Kavacha, because Narayan, controls everybody. That mantra was given to who? Indra. Who is he fighting? Vritrasura. Who won? No, Vritrasura. Vritrasura got his head cut off, but he went to Krishna. He was a great Vaishnava. He even told Indra, said, hurry up, cut me up, man. What? So how did he cut him up? He tried to use his thunderbolt and it didn't work. It was dull. Because he's a Vaishnava, so no material weapon can defeat a Vaishnava. So how do you do it?
That's right, the Diksha.
The Diksha Muni. He was a great yogi. He has Tapabalam, so he has some Brahma Tejas. So he died in the fire, he died in Panchagni, Yoga Agni. He sat in Yogasana and burned himself up. But he left his bones there. So what happened, you know the story?
He takes the...
Somebody flew over his bones and crashed a flower airplane. It's the original Bermuda Triangle. Diksha Muni's bones. I think it's 9th canto. Is it? No, the story is 6th canto. But anyway, whatever. maybe 6 candles. The Rishi Muni was a great Muni. He died and his bones were left on the far earth. So some devata, maybe Vrishasura or Chitra Ketu or someone would fill over the bones, and he crashed. And he crashed his airplane. So they tried to wonder what happened. They did an investigation why the airplane accident. So they found this Muni's bones. So then this Muni's bones were suggested Indra should make a thunderbolt from these bones. They're so powerful. So he made a thunderbolt, lightning bolt, from the bones of the Rishi Muni, and that's what he used to cut his head off. Pretty interesting. Who needs Netflix when you have the Bhagavatam? But we have more exciting movies than the Bhagavatam. I mean, I can't, when I started to remember the stories of Bhagavatam, I read it like 3 times in my life, for the last 50 years of this bhakti practice. And it ceases to amaze me, you know. Like yesterday we were talking about Narayana Rishi, how Indra sent all these heavenly girls, and so then Narayana said, why don't you bring all the Kamadev over here, all these beautiful girls trying to break my meditation? He went like this, he just hit his thigh. He just hit his thigh, and 100 beautiful women came out of his side. And then he said there was Devis and Devatas. The Devis went along because their boyfriends went with them, made sure they come back, you know. Because they were on a mission to make this Narayana Rishi break their tapasya in the Himalayas of Badrikashram. Indra was afraid that he's going to get knocked off by Narayana Rishi. You know, he was envious and scared that he would lose his post as the king of heaven. So he sent all these heavenly damsels, Apsaras, to break his meditation. He said, what are you guys doing? He said, hi girls. He said, welcome. And then he said, I should, you're, and then Kamadev, well, so Narayana Rishi would accommodate and said, oh, you got some nice girls with you. You're offering these girls to me. Let me offer you some girls. So then he made a bunch of girls. And they were like knockouts, you know, they were like unbelievably beautiful. And then he said to him, he wasn't disturbed, wasn't trying, Cupid just dropped his bow and said, forget it, no success over here. I can't knock out Narayana Rishi. So then Narayana Rishi said, look you guys, David says, he said, pick out one of these girls, take her back to heaven with you. It's really, I just read it last night at 12 o'clock. It's a good time to read this guy. Amazing dreams. So he said, take one of these girls back with you. And he said, well, take Urvasi. So Urvasi was produced from the thigh of Narayana Rishi. He wasn't angry, he was laughing. When Kamadev came, all these girls, I'm sorry, he was laughing. He said, what a joke, man. What? These are bus drivers from heaven or what? He didn't have any interest at all. He said, oh, that's what you guys are offering. Let me offer you some. So he took Urvasi. And boy, Indra was really happy to get her one. Urvasi became one of the #1 nymphs of Indraloka, Urvasi. There's a famous movie star in India named after Urvasi Rotela or something. She became Miss Universe twice. Jai Bharat. So there's this, because I said this story yesterday in the Gita class. I don't know what it has to do with Gita, but then I was wondering, I had a doubt. I was thinking, was it Narayana Rishi or Markandeya Rishi? So I went to the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, story of Markandeya Rishi. He's a great Vaishnava and a yogi. And the same thing happened to him. A bunch of beautiful girls came, and he just burned them all. He's not lying, though. He's yogi. He said, hey, are you trying to mess with me? He just burned him up with his glance like Shiva, you know. Because Markandeya was like Markandeya Rishi considered some offshoot of Shiva also. In Jagannath Puri, there's a famous place called Markandeshwar Sarovar. And there's a Shiva Linga there. It's a famous place of pilgrimage in Jagannath Puri, Markandeshwar. And Shiva, so he was a Vaishnava, and he saw Gopal at the time of Pralaya, and the whole universe floods. And Gopal was floating on a banyan leaf, sucking his toe. I mean, I thought it was so cool. He was just sucking his toe and smiling. The whole universe was flooding with water. And Markandeya Rishi was swimming it. Because Markandeya Rishi, who was showing bhajan, one day he said, Gopal, I'd like to see your Pralaya. I have to be careful what you wish for, you know. I'd like to see your Pralaya, Mahapralaya. Whole universe floods. Next thing you know, he was shedding water. his ashram was flooded. And then he saw Gopal floating in the waters of devastation of Pralaya. He was on a banyan leaf, a little baby. He was sucking his toe and smiling. And Markandeya Rishi was so attracted that he started swimming towards him. And Gopal landed on a banyan tree and was just sitting there. And he went up and offered prayers. This is not one of the stories of Bhagavatam, 12th canto. So that's why I say, who needs Netflix when you have the Bhagavatam? It's so cool, you know? So this is Pundra. Third Samskara, Diksha Samskara. The fourth one is Tapa. What does Tapa mean?
Tapa, austerity,
Word top means in Sanskrit fire.
fire.
Because when you do Nirjala Ekadashi, you get hot and you start sweating. Especially the next day before breakfast. Your whole body breaks out in a cold sweat. You get very cold. Your body gives off so much sweat, then you feel cold. You also tremble also sometimes if you're Vata constitution. So Tava, because Tava means, originally Tava, it was a samskara. They have a brass instrument with a chakra and a conch shell on it. And heat up the fire, a special type of wood, irony wood or some special wood, and they put it on their shoulder, men and women. I don't know about women. Women also. Men and women. Sri Vaishnavas, worshippers of Lakshmi Narayan. It's like tattoo type. A little more painful. Really painful, must be painful. So that's permanent markings on the body of the Vaishnava that permanently identify one. So what is Tapa and Gaudiya Vaishnavism? Because Tapa, to get conscience shrunk, identifies you as a what?
Yes, das of
As a Vaishnava. Because Vaishnavas worship Vishnu, who has four symbols. What are they?
Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma.
Conch shell, club, lotus, and
Chakra.
chakra. So if you're a Shaivite and you get Tapa, what do you get?
Trishul, Dhamaru.
That's right. Trishul and Damru. Damru is a drum. Da, 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 on your shoulder or whatever. And if that's Shaivite, I like that. So what is Tapa for Gaudiya? Vrindaye Tulsi Devai Kriye Kesavasya
Kantimala.
Kantimala. It identifies you as a devotee of Vishnu, because Vishnu likes Tulsi. Tulsi is always on his feet and on his boga. On his mala, his flower mala always has tulsi tied into it. And the fifth samskara is yaga, Y-A-G-A. What does yaga mean? Yaga means puja. So how is puja done at the time of Diksha to be observed as a samskara? How does the guru perform the samskara of yaga during the Diksha samskara, Pen samskara?
This when we
Did you
worship.
Offer garland for him.
Yes.
Right. Because what's established at the Diksha stan, at the place of Diksha, a kumbha is established and all the Thakurjis are there. All the Thakurjis and the Ishtadevatas and the six Goswamis, the Guru Parampara, and so many Devatas and Acharyas and avatars of Bhagavan are called there. It's called Avahan. Avahan means please come down, enter this water pot. The water pot is considered a Karna Samudra. Karna Samudra represents the Jagat, represents the universe. And it's a copper or brass pot or clay pot. You fill with Ganga Jal, Yamuna Jal, Radhakund Jal, and it's covered with a coconut and mango leaves or ashok leaves, different leaves you can use. And then the puja is done. So the guru engaged the disciple in doing puja. He offers ghee lamp to that, he offers flowers to that, he offers a mala to that. Remember?
Yes.
So that's called yaga. So that's a bunch of Sanskrit. Kanti mala. And the tilak thing, the guru puts the tilak on the disciple, puts the tilak on the parivar. Gadadhar Parivar, Vaita Parivar, Nityananda Parivar. He put marks on the body. My guru, Maharaj, just told me some gurus in the traditional Gaudiya Sampradaya put the tilak on the whole body at the time of Diksha. My guru Maharaj just put a dot on the forehead. Oh, no. Yeah. Not my thing. So he said, but yeah, I said, okay, well, what if you just say women? And so, no, just he made this funny face. I can't forget. Yeah, no, he said men and women both, just like that. Yeah. And then you also do puja of the guru also. You offer garland to the guru. Remember, take garland out and the guru out with chandan, the guru. So that's a bunch of samskaras. I think that's enough of the guru type of nectar. Jai Jai Shri Radha.